I think one of the things which I thought I should share with you is, you know, the title is Celebrating Interfaith Coexistence from Sikh perspective. I think I would like to perhaps remind people, we all know about the story of Lee Rigby. 3 years ago, a young black musician, Boyd D, raised the issue um, after this horrific murder. He said, coexistence, to live in peace with another or others, despite differences. Can we truly coexist? I think that was a big question which was raised at that time. And it has plagued humanity for centuries. And it seems to be that there are a whole range of questions around it. Does it mean that it's a fundamental requirement to survive, flourish, and continue? Because there may be peace at the end? Or does it mean living parallel lives, side by side, own self-created boundaries, our own community spheres, places of worship, which only adherents can enter and feel secure and comfortable with, without disturbance of the otherness of the other? And some of us have been to all those places ourselves within our own situations. And if that is the situation, how can we even think of celebrating interfaith coexistence? I think that is a crucial issue for us to consider. And particularly in the light of what has been going on recently, where the pro-Brexit situation in the UK and Brexit plus situation in the leading to Trump presidency, it seems to me has put to some extent the clock back, the clock of coexistence back. And of course, in my own locality, in London, in other places, we have seen the rise of hate crime. Let's not forget that all is rosy around here in the UK. And some of you may have seen the film, and of course might have come across the book, David Olsugo's book about black and British, how long they have been here in the UK and yet not quite considered UK people. And the same I think I was thinking about in relation to the Sikhs. 150 years ago, Maharaja Dalip Singh, after the conquest by the British of Punjab, was brought over as a child to the UK and converted to Christianity. He tried to get back to his faith, was not allowed, and was not allowed home. He lies buried in one of the places in Nov16 borders. His daughter, somebody mentioned suffragettes, Sophia Dalip Singh, was one of the Sikh suffragettes, and we know very little about her. I would like to say as a Sikh that for the last 550 odd years, we have been around, there has been dialogue. The Sikhs have always, since the time of Guru Nanak, engaged in dialogue. And it's particularly, I think, fortuitous that Guru Nanak's birthday is tomorrow during Interfaith Week. I hope I don't sound arrogant or too pleased with myself or with the Sikhs. Oh, my brother is giving me the opportunity to do that, yes.
Okay.
That it's come at a time that we are feeling rather pleased that interfaith dialogue and Guru Nanak's interfaith dialogue are together in this way. Guru Nanak had interactions with people from very different religious backgrounds, both within the Hindu communities of India, it's not one Hindu community, but variety of Hindu communities of India, the Jains, the Buddhists, and the Muslims of various denominations, and traveled, at least it's known, about 20,000 miles Think about 500 odd years ago what the means of transport were like. So having that sort of engagement in dialogue, learning and talking to each other was something which he did rather well.
Okay.
So his message to us as Sikhs, but also I think to the wider community, was transformational, particularly for those who were subjected to social, political, religious, caste, and gender oppression. So I take great pride in being a Sikh woman and being considered equal within the. And of course, those of you who have been to the Gurdwara, the institution of Langar, whosoever comes, you don't have to be a Sikh to be there. And actually, our local housing charities and our local charities which are involved in food banks and others want people to have a hot meal, point into Gurdwara's direction. It's happening every day. We also believe that Guru Granth Sahib, our scripture, is the first interfaith anthology in the world, where there are writings of not just the Sikh gurus, but Hindu and Muslim saints as well. So when we are bowing before our holy scripture, we are bowing before people who have contributed to interfaith. I think I'll leave it at that,
Yes.
otherwise I'll go very long.